What's up guys, welcome back to the KPM official YouTube channel, and today I have one of the most requested and highly anticipated lightsaber reviews. This is the Anakin EP3 lightsaber, which you can actually see the Kyber Crystals rotating inside the hilt. And not only is this such a cool lightsaber to own, but it is one of the most iconic hilts known across Star Wars and basically the world in general. Growing up as a kid watching the Clone Wars and of course Revenge of the Sith, Anakin Skywalker is a hero of mine and of course one of my favorite characters. So to get my hands on this lightsaber was definitely a dream come true, and I'm excited to bring this review to you guys and show you just how cool this lightsaber is. So I was lucky enough NSABERS were able to send me this lightsaber today, and I'm going to review this and show you all of the functions, the hilt. We're going to get a bit of a test going as well and see some of the functions, so let's get right into it. We'll begin with a bit of an unboxing of this lightsaber. Before we do, I must get these gloves on, which NSABERS provide you in your package, which is a really nice touch. So yeah, looking at this box to start off with, we've got a custom NSABERS logo on the front, and if we flip it around, the lightsaber on the back. And the shipping was also really fast. I think it took around 10 days to get here, so very happy with how this is turning out. So first things first, in the box we've got the NSABERS logo gloves, which is used to handle that lightsaber. I've got mine on, but yeah, you've got those with the lightsaber. Then if we go from your left to right, we've got the toolkit. Inside the toolkit, most people will be familiar with what you get in these lightsabers. You get your charging lead, of course, the plug for the lightsaber. This is the little plug which you can put in the top of your hilt. So if you guys are displaying this lightsaber without the actual blade, then this is what you'll be using it for. Now yes, we'll move on to the charging. Now this is the charging lead. Basically it is a USB to USB-C, and they don't provide you with the actual power point socket which you plug into the wall, so you have to use a 5-volt 1 amp, which I believe is correct. If you have an Apple charger, the little one at the end which you can plug in, that will work fine. So that is in there, and we also get the Allen key and screws and everything that you need to attach this lightsaber to its hilt. And one of the other cool things about NSABERS is they provide you with a custom hilt stand, which is pretty cool. And on the hilt stand, you can actually add the NSABERS logo. Next, moving on, the most important thing is the product manual, because every lightsaber is different and every lightsaber is going to have some different functions compared to, for example, this one, which is from NSABERS, and these ones, which are from NSABERS, are going to be way different. So having the product manual is always handy, or you can always go onto their YouTube channel and check out an instruction video. Now moving on to the display stand. This display stand is pretty unique because they actually have the NSABERS logo, so you can display your lightsaber on there. And yeah, we've got it all nicely wrapped up here, and I'll put that together for you guys in a minute as well. But now moving on to one of the most important sections, we have the actual lightsaber blade. Now this is a polycarbonate Neopixel blade, and it is already nicely wrapped for us to unwrap. We've got a little plug down the end. You don't have to keep that, that's just basically to protect it. Ooh, and unwrapping that, best feeling ever. Look at that. So we'll just store that in there for now. But this is the blade, and how you can tell it's a Neopixel, of course you have that which connects to the lightsaber, and once that connects to the lightsaber, all of the lights inside of this blade will light up, give you the full tour, which we will get into. But there, this is a pretty good blade. I'll put how long this is in the video because I can't recall off the top of my head, but I'm pretty happy with this length, and it's quite thin as well, which is nice because some of them look really like chunky and not very attractive. So I think this is quite a nice length and size as well. So there's the lightsaber blade. And now moving on to the thing I have been waiting for, which is the lightsaber of Anakin Skywalker, one of the most iconic and unique character lightsabers in the whole of the Star Wars series, and my favorite. So to actually get my, oh my god, look at that. Now, I'm going to get a bit of a close-up on this when I bring the camera over, but even just looking at it from here, the detail that's already drawing my eye in is the fact that they have opened up this lightsaber to allow you to see the Kyber crystals and the mechanism spinning inside the saber, which is really cool. I've never actually owned a lightsaber that's got this before, and this one is quite an expensive lightsaber compared to the other Anakin styles, but you can get a more budget-friendly option. Check out NSABERS. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can use my discount code, which will be available in the description and in this video somewhere, which you can get off percentage of any lightsaber. So if you are on their website and you want to cop an NSABERS lightsaber, you can get a discount of anything with my exclusive discount code just for you guys. So it also helps me out, which I really appreciate. And if you guys are watching this video, I also appreciate your support. It does mean a lot helping me out on this channel. So that's a little bit of a thank you, but let's get back into this video. These details, we can see we've got the iconic around here Star Wars language, which I can't recall off the top of my head, but that is a nice touch. And even the way it's shiny, like the shine on this is very nice. You can just tell this feels good quality because it's not very light. It's quite heavy, but not too heavy where you wouldn't be able to duel with this. This feels very sturdy and strong, which is a great sign that it's great quality and very well made with craftsmanship. So hats off to NSABERS for the way you guys have made this lightsaber. And yeah, even the way the end looks, like it looks very realistic. This is what I was very concerned about, because I've got lightsabers in the past which are not very realistic. They have LED lights where there should be a button, and there's things like the little details like that. We've even got the iconic switches and everything you need on this lightsaber to just give you the feeling of owning an Anakin Skywalker 1-to-1 scale lightsaber. I don't think I could be more happy with this lightsaber as someone who's a big fan. And of course, if you like Star Wars, or if you are just looking around for a lightsaber, to get one that like looks like this as your first one is pretty cool. I'm pulling up to May the 4th this year with an Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. I couldn't ask for anything better. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can turn this on real quick. Power on. Oh, okay. So I just powered it on by pressing down that middle button, and if we turn this, whoa, look at that. So you can see it spinning in there, and even without the blade, I can already tell this is gonna look so cool. That was pretty awesome, but I'm gonna put the blade in and then I'm gonna show you guys this lightsaber, all of its functions. We're gonna go for a bit of a spin test, show you the colors, everything, and how good this Neopixel lightsaber is by NSABERS. So let's go do it. Now let's get into the most exciting part of this video. Of course, we're going to be testing out the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. So I'm going to turn the lights off and let's get right into it. Okay, so it's a bit darker now, but let's ignite this lightsaber. And how we do this on the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber is we hold this until we hear the power on. Power on. There we go. So let's turn this on. Oh, wow. Oh, check this out, guys. The Youngling Slayer 500 right here, guys. Let's look at that again when the Kyber Crystals. Oh, you can see inside of it, and that sound as well. Just listen to this. That sounds amazing. So first impressions, I'm very happy with this lightsaber. And of course, this blade is very nice. It's very thin, but not too thin, but it just looks much better because some thick blades just give an overall really chunky appearance. So I like how clean, simple, and minimalistic this lightsaber is. But that detail is really what is setting it apart from me, is those Kyber crystals being able to be seen inside the blade. And of course, there's a blue and a red one, which I'm hoping is to represent Anakin and Darth Vader, because if that is, that's a very nice touch that they've added. So we do have a lot of effects on this lightsaber, all the way through from sound fonts, ignition styles, even the way the blade actually appears, as we can see with the fire effect. And I won't get into everything because I would be here for hours explaining how cool this thing is, but I'll put amount of details on the screen so you can see just how many effects this lightsaber comes with. But not only that, we can go through the colors. I'm going to show you guys a bit of the color choice. So how to change the colors, we just press that bottom button and we flick it down. So as we can see, this is almost like a purple lilac color. Not too bad, very much represents a bit of Mace Windu on the saber. Then we can go to the iconic red, and of course we know Anakin Darth Vader red, and the fact that these Kyber crystals are red and blue, I think that's best representing Anakin and Darth Vader, but the red looks pretty good of course on this lightsaber. So let's move on to the next. Of course we got a bit of a yellow. I'd say this is very similar to the Temple Guard yellow we know in Star Wars. And then let's go to the next one. We got a green, sort of a Luke Skywalker green, and this looks pretty good. I'd say this is probably my second, third favorite. We got blue and red, of course, are pretty cool as well. Let's move on to the next color. Got a light blue, not too bad. This is almost like similar to the Anakin blue, but obviously much lighter as well. So we'll go to the next one. And we get back to the Anakin blue we well and truly know that best fits this lightsaber. Of course, this is the most iconic color, and they've got a great range of colors, and the colors look good as well. I must say, they just look really very nice, bright, and of course that fire effect just makes them pop even more. What do you guys reckon? This is a pulse blade on the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber color. Okay, so it's quite like a flickering color of blue. That's alright. I would say this is probably not my favorite just because, yeah, it's quite blinding, but if we have a look at some of the others. Rainbow blade. I don't know about that one either. I mean, I don't think I'd be using that, but this infinite. So this is like all of the colors onto one. I actually like this a bit more than the rainbow effect, because if you put this sort of down and want to display it, you could actually just use this as sort of a light. Even if you turn the sound off, you could use that as a light, which is pretty cool. So I like this effect. Wave blade. This is a wave. It's almost like a couple of colors traveling along the blade as well. Fire blade. Now this is my personal favorite. It's the fire blade, and the reason why I like this so much, it gives the most realistic depiction of what a lightsaber would be like. Most lightsabers, if we look in the movies, they do have that fire aspect of the lightsaber blade itself. So having a static or a blade which is stable isn't going to be as realistic as something like this, which in the real dark, when you go outside at nighttime, this looks really cool. So let's go through some of the different ignition styles. I'm going to show you my personal favorites. So let's get into it.
I am told it is the dark saber.
So there's the dark saber sound font and color. Wow, listen to this smooth swing. Oh, oops, sorry. Don't want to damage the wall, but listen to this smooth swing right now. And you can hear that coming out of the bottom there. Wow, so the smooth swing, I'm really happy with how it's sounding. That's obviously one of the criteria when we're checking out a lightsaber, is the motion control and smooth swing. So for this lightsaber, so far, I'm pretty happy. General Kenobi, pretty cool. We got Ahsoka Tano on this lightsaber as well. There is a bit of clash on this lightsaber. We just press the downward button once, and we've got some clash effects, so there you go. That is so cool. Anakin. Oh, yes! Let's listen to that. Wow! And, of course. Oh, no. So there we go, guys, the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber with iconic Kyber crystal designs by NSABERS. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my review. I mean, this is probably my favorite lightsaber I've ever owned. Of course, if you guys want to pick up one of these, any character replica or budget-friendly options, head over to the NSABERS website. I'll put a link in the description where you can also use my exclusive discount code and get a discount off any lightsaber you want. For May the 4th, for Christmas, for loved ones, whatever you guys like. thank you so much for watching. If you want to hit that sub button, it does mean the world supporting the channel, and I will see you all in the next one.